18th of the night for the Bulls. Bulls turn it over a lot. And we get a reach and foul by Cameron Payne. And now that is a obvious shove. And Jerami Grant just came over to defend. And now we got a melee here between Robin Lopez and Jerami Grant as they are really going at it. Everybody coming over as Lopez got really ticked off after Grant came over to defend Westbrook. Adams, also another enforcer, came over as Lopez was as mad as any player in the NBA I've seen in a long time.
And he's normally a pretty docile guy, as all the action was happening between Grant and Dunn, and looked like it initially started with some kind of action with Cameron Payne and Terrence Ferguson.
Well, what really started was Dunn gave a pretty aggressive shove to Westbrook, and Westbrook didn't respond at all. But what happened was Jerami Grant came over. Watch Westbrook. He's not going to do anything after this shove from Dunn. Right. But here comes Jerami Grant, and Grant comes and gets in the face of Dunn, and then Lopez comes and attacks Jerami Grant. And Lopez didn't like that. And you can see he is really fuming.
This looks like frustration on the behalf of Robin Lopez. He's not normally that type of guy. Now here, watch this here. Watch Payne right here. Okay, he starts that. There's the foul.
But on the other side, this is what it's all about.
And then all of a sudden, it just starts to something else. Dunn shoves Russ, and then you got that going on, and then Lopez just basically starts walking into Grant and basically, kind of walking him off the floor. And then, it just gets all entangled from that point. A lot of work here to do for the officials as it immediately goes to the replay center. Coaches jump out. And Russ did a great job. Man, that's terrific by Russell. I'm just saying that is terrific restraint.
And then it really escalated between Lopez and Grant. Grant was being held back. Look at Jim Boylan coming over.
And Portis does a good job too.
Portis too.
I always like to see, another team come over to help the opposite player cool down. But I don't like to see what you saw in Robin Lopez. I mean, clearly, he became an instigator after the fact.
These are the two that escalated the situation. And Lopez just totally erupted. This is going to be a decision here, because now the replay center is going to have to figure out who was involved with malice and who was involved in trying to keep the peace.
I've never seen Robin Lopez get so upset, honestly. He's generally a pretty cool, level-headed guy. And man, he just came out of nowhere. And good to see him smiling, and so did Russ. And that's the guy that gets an A right there in my book, Russell Westbrook. I thought he was cool hand Luke the whole way, man. You get shoved like that, and you just look, and he could have, Russ. That's all I'm going to say. You know how Russ is.
Well, we saw him and Jamal Murray from Denver the other night.
Right, and he showed tremendous restraint.
So Robin Lopez took this into the first row, off to our left. I mean, this went into the first row of seats.
There was a couple of.
That's something that the NBA does not like.
No, this is not exactly what I call a dust up. This is the next level.
Conflict.
Yeah, the other. Yeah.
The conflict.
Yeah. Now what I don't want is no double technicals out of this whole thing. Obviously
that could very easily be the result. Are you going to be okay with that?
No, I won't be okay with it, because somebody started it. Somebody started it.
And I'll tell you right now, if this is just double techs all over the place, that's a break for everybody.
Well, what about Russell Westbrook being shoved in the chest?
I'm sure that's part of the technical. And then Jerami Grant and Robin Lopez are going to get another each technicals. But I think that's what's going to happen. The early speculation here is it's going to be Dunn and Westbrook, and then Lopez and Grant. So we're going to get 2 sets of double technicals, we believe, and everything's just going to offset.
Really?
And it's going to be all wiped out like nothing happened. Nobody's going to be taking free throws. and we're just going to inbound the basketball, and it's going to be like nothing happened.
Well, and he should be upset. He got shoved in the chest. You know, I'm going to stick up for Russell Westbrook. He can't say what I can say. He did nothing except get shoved in the chest. And I know that they got to see that. They got to see that he did not do anything except somebody shoved his body backwards. He didn't walk forward. He stayed clear of it. I mean, watch this. Watch this. Okay, that's it. That's all Russ did. And he's pleading with the ref. Okay, the other night I wasn't so cool. I reacted to Jamal Murray. I didn't react at all. And I think that's where, you know, a lot of the Thunder coaching staff's frustration, and probably Russ's right now. Look, you know, did you get a technical for being shoved in the chest and not reacting?
Well, I certainly don't think that the initial arm tanglement between him and Dunn was technical worthy at all. It was when Dunn pushed him. That's what started the whole thing. Westbrook was clearly stepping back, and if anything, yeah, give the technicals to Lopez and Jerami Grant for escalating the situation. And certainly give one to Dunn for the shove. And Westbrook continues to plead his case right now.
He's right, though.
I agree.
He's exactly right, and he should be upset. Now is the time for him to get upset with the official. I stood there and got shoved in the chest, and you slammed me with a technical. He's just, come on, man, be reasonable with me. I don't normally react this way. We all know that, so I give him an A, man. That's just some really tremendous restraint, folks. And certainly, you know, he's not happy with it. So,
well, the NBA, if it doesn't like the initial ruling, can go back and scruffled beard of Steven Adams. He didn't even sell it, though. If Steven Adams went to the official and said, hey, look, I got an elbow to the face, as that one by Jerami Grant almost fell through.
He's gone.
And now Robin Lopez is out of the game.
Well, he stood over Jerami Grant after the foul. And he contested the foul. It was a good foul. And it wasn't malicious. But then he started taunting him by standing over him. The officials did a good job. Look, we don't want this to escalate because it already has. And he slapped him with his second technical. Automatic ejection for Robin Lopez.
Lopez is done. And it was only a matter of time. You can see that in his mind, things were not finished between him and Jerami Grant, apparently. As George with his first points of the second half, and it comes on a free throw. So the foul was there. Grant got hit, went to the floor. Oh, and then, of course, Lopez scooped the ball right between his legs.
He was asking for it. He was asking to go to the showers. You got three officials watching this whole thing, and they quickly hit him with the technical. Grant did a great job of just not reacting. Again, Thunder showing some really good restraint here.
And if you're Robin Lopez, as casual as you were, there's no way you're getting away with that. You don't have to be demonstrative to make a statement.
Throw the guy, you hit the guy with the ball on the ground, after you foul him. Yeah, that's a